Hello and welcome to Be Powerful with Liz and Lee. It's a new day and we're so glad you're here.
So you can expect to hear candid conversations on what it means to be powerful. Live authentically, live in the midst of ups and downs, productively, and above all else, joyfully.
We are so thankful for you, our community of listeners, and we hope you enjoy today's show. Hello.
Hello. How are you, Lee?
I did say it like that.
Yeah, that was a nice introduction of here we are again.
Good morning.
Good morning. Actually, good afternoon. We're sitting back on the back porch.
It's probably 11:50.
Yeah,
so
well, they might be listening to this at 2 a.m.
Whatever time it is.
Listen, if you're listening at 2 a.m, we have a special voice and a special message for you.
What?
I'm just
creepy.
Kidding. I know.
Oh my gosh. How's our lighting look? It's been daylight savings time. And so
God,
the sun's hitting at different points, but it looks lovely. You look great.
So do you. You got that big, what is that, a banana clip in your hair? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Showing off your shoulders. I'm back in my sweats. The world is
it's
good.
warm. It's like 80 degrees. And aren't you? I am one of the few people in the world, maybe. Matter of fact, I'd like to hear a poll from you guys.
Okay.
I'm really happy we are off of daylight savings times. I just feel like there can be just too much light at some point. We all need to settle back and get cozied up on our dark, dinner time, 5:30, 6:30, whatever. I love it when the sun goes down early and you just kind of relax.
So this is your hibernation era.
This is my hibernation. Yes, I'm going to get a shirt. Yeah, and I love it. I love it. Between now and February, it will get dark, like at 6 o'clock at the latest. And to me, that's reasonable. And if we never came off of just regular time, it would still be light till like 8:30 at night in the summer. And we could get some rest, right? We picked up an hour. Couldn't we all use another hour in our day?
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, I love it.
Is this going to end sometime or do we just talk about that every year? Like next year,
every year. To get the United States to change
in charge?
Anything except abortion rights, of course. It is like pulling teeth. I mean, people are like, oh, most of them are like, let's stick to just being on daylight saving times. And I'm always like, oh, please not, please not. And they never do. Nobody ever, has the wherewithal. No, nobody has the wherewithal to like pass a bill through Congress. They can't even like tie their shoes up there right now. So I don't think they're going to change it. Right?
Probably not. I don't think that's the most of our worries. But there is Pipe poll number 1.
Yes.
Are you loving hibernation era or is this a tough one?
I really want to know that.
And I want people to really think about it because I think the easy answer. Is your nose running?
Yeah. Yeah, the easy answer
is, ew, I hate it. Seasonal affective disorder gets so dark so soon. But I mean,
no, that's not defective. This is actually our natural body rhythm. You can read the research on it. P.S. By the way.
Do you have some of those manuals behind us that you've referenced?
I did not bring my Rolodex with the manuals about how great
we can't just throw out research.
Okay, so then you guys Google it again. I'm willing to take you on. You take me on, I'll take you on.
We're just asking what people prefer.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to get into debate. It's just a poll.
I like debate,
but I was saying I think most people would say it's not their favorite. Sit on your pillow. Get on up on my level.
Too short. Okay.
Get on my level.
Yeah.
Next.
Yes.
Do you like my new sweatshirt?
Fabulous. These sweatshirts, if you're not on YouTube, go on, take a look at these sweatshirts. It says, guess what it says? You'll be shocked. It says Hilliard Studio Method. But the cool thing about it is it's got Hilliard across it and then under it Studio Method. And it's in those big, like on trend. Thank you so much, Abby Brugsworth, whatever. Abby, Sexy Abby. Sexy Abby came up with this design and it is beautiful. It's really pretty.
It's just a gray sweatshirt and it's cozy.
It's just a gray sweatshirt.
It's oversized and you can buy them at the studio.
Yeah, and they are really comfy cozy. Yeah. I have one.
You know what we also talked about doing and we didn't do it today because our hair does not look so bad is we're going to be in wigs next time.
I've been in a wig I was in a wig for 2 straight weeks.
I know, that's true.
It felt like Halloween went on for, like Christmas.
Right.
Like Halloween was Christmas this year.
Okay, so I have and I don't mean to sound like a big complainer because I'm Pollyanna.
Because you're not.
Life is good. But I really have 2 real absolutely not annoyance things.
Okay, what?
And number one is the decorations in the yards have gotten out of control.
I'm going to be on the side of more is more, and why not?
Because it's so expensive. And
But you're not paying for it. You get to enjoy it.
I couldn't. And so I think there's a level
What do you
of
want?
out of controlness that's just like, what are we doing?
I don't want to be in control. Halloween is not about control.
Okay.
Halloween is about
I respect that.
having a blast. So is Christmas. I hope people go crazy at Christmas, and
Well, they've already gone crazy. That was
Yeah,
kind of part
yeah.
two. Like, could we wait a second?
yeah. Oh no, I went to anyway. I went into a doctor's office yesterday, and there was a Christmas tree and wreath on the door.
I know. There's lit houses top
However-
to bottom.
However, another thing I've been watching and seeing people say is that people that put up decorations earlier, people in general, the people of the United
Who?
States of America, who
Not
you're
that.
giving me the grammar police thing. Sorry,
Yep.
the people who put up decorations early are the happiest people around. So I say, get
Go
your
for
tree, get it now, and maybe get a second one when that one dies.
No.
Just
Speaking
be
of
ready. You got to have 2 sets
wasting
of lights,
money.
2 sets of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But y'all, there's so much darkness in the world right now. It feels just beyond terrorizing and beyond insane and certainly unjust in every way. So if we can find a little spot in our lives to over decorate and over have fun, I say we're definitely due for that.
Okay, but I think it's a metaphor for swinging too far on the pendulum. Like, when did a couple pumpkins and a mum become?
You're going to stick on this Halloween
No,
thing.
not
You are
longer.
really
Just a
on it.
final point. Like, when did that become Peasantville? Like, why
Peasantville?
could you?
Did you say peasant or
Yeah.
pleasant?
Peasant?
Peasantville?
Like, when is it just weak to just have some pumpkins and a mum? Now you have to have a skeleton the size of your house.
We're comparing
And you
houses.
have to have 17 blow-ups and a graveyard. And I'm not trying to be Scrooge. I'm just saying it feels a little
hear
bit
ya.
much, and it's a metaphor for how everything is too much. Anyway,
Will you feel better? Because I'll be
mean, I don't
sure
really
to
care. It's fine.
I'll be sure to call Kristen and some of those girls. What's her name down the street from me? That just has a ginormous skeleton, and Erin down the street that has like
She's got a
25
graveyard.
skeletons.
It looks good. Listen, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Maybe you could take a couple of those $2,000 to hit me up.
Yeah.
I mean,
You just need the money. I hear you.
do.
Okay,
I'm like,
send us the money.
wow.
We'll make the skeletons for you.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
2 polls. 1, do you like this daylight savings? 2,
Yeah.
are you a Scrooge like me, or are you a more is more like Liz?
Please
3,
be more is more.
Are you going to vote today? Today, when
You will
in
hear
real
this on
time,
Thursday.
it's Tuesday voting day.
Mhm.
So I hope you voted. That ship has sailed if you're listening to this and you haven't.
That's where we're headed right after this.
Right. But both my kids,
Mhm.
I was so mortified. Last night, I said, "What's tomorrow?" And I can't remember the BS they came up with. And I was like, "Oh, tomorrow is the first Tuesday in November." And I got it finally. Oh, it's election day.
Yeah. Good.
And
Good
she
for
pulled
you.
the whole like, "I'm not going to vote. I don't care because I don't know anything about them."
She
I was
doesn't.
like,
She's not
"Oh my
eligible
gosh."
to vote.
No, but I got to pump her with the correct information.
Right.
That she's a human citizen with the right to vote. And look what's going on
That's
in the
true.
world.
That's
and
true.
that she better exercise that vote. And my
That's true.
son will be 18 next year. And so he's got to learn. So we went through
Right.
all the candidates for the at-large seats on
Do you think
CMS
you influenced
school
them
board.
on one way or the other, or did you give them the real, the real options?
No, real options, just
Okay.
like anything else, religion. Like, this is what I
Sure.
believe and why I do feel strongly about XYZ
Mhm.
because XYZ. What? And you get to make your own opinion,
Right, good.
decision,
Excellent. That's
educated.
What, yeah, I hope everybody's
decision.
registered to vote. And gosh, Taylor Swift's had a lot to do with that too. She
Ooh, I
got a
know.
whole bunch of people just in one breath. 35,000
Mm-hmm.
people registered to vote because she said, "Hey, if you can show up at my concerts, you can certainly register to vote," which that really worked. And it doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you fall on. We need to all be using our voice for.
Mm-hmm.
My God, we need to use our voices more now than we've ever had to use them ever as long as I've been alive.
Right.
I've never seen such dysfunction, and it's really kind of terrifying. Actually,
Right. And I mean, I know as a nation, we are all kind of split, and that's going to continue. But
I don't know that it's going to continue. I think that we are as split as we can get. And I think when you have that big of a dichotomy in belief and thought, that, it has come to a place where we've got to make a choice.
And that's why the people in the middle or wherever whose voices feel like they don't matter extremely.
Very much.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, don't let the extremists be in charge, whether they're left or right. The people that are just like, I just want everybody to get along, you're the ones that need to go vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are, because you know that the other people are.
Right.
So, we've got to turn this ship around. This ship is sailing off a cliff right now. And,
It's not funny.
I was writing and I said on the podcast a couple weeks ago I was going to start a blog, which I did. And I hope y'all will listen to it because it just came out a couple of days ago.
Read it, but you're also going to record it.
Yeah. But
that's listen.
But it was interesting because I was writing and I was like, we have never been in a place of such dysfunction where it's just insane. I mean, people that are like, nationalists, over religious zealots, it feels very much like it has in years past. I mean, witch trials and things like that. I mean, and it's not just, I'm not talking about me as a woman. I'm talking about the nation. It's kind of okay to be unkind. It's okay to hate people. That's just not okay. That's not who we are. You can disagree. You can say, I really firmly have a belief system, but you can be, but it's not going to serve you well to be hateful and be unkind and to be destructive and truthfully just lethal. People are getting out of hand. They've been out of hand. So anyway, I was writing about that last night. I actually was writing about, guess what? The patriarchy. But I mean,
I'll just be quiet for a few minutes.
No,
go ahead.
I've got plenty of time to talk about my podcast.
Right, and I'm excited about that. But we are going to do that. We're going to give you some episodes that Liz goes into those blogs, give you a teaser. I love that you're writing and being creative and putting it on paper for all to hear and see. Writing's super cathartic. So I'm just in a poll. This episode's going to be about polls. So your next thing you're going to let us know is, did you vote or not? And if you have like a why or why not, let us know.
Right.
I'm curious.
I really want to know that. I want to know that more than Halloween. I really want to know that because I really,
that's an important one.
I want all of you all, and maybe you already missed it because you're hearing this on Thursday, but I want you to know how important each and every individual voice is. And it really is imperative that we use our individual voices to make a change. It starts with one person. That is not a cliche. It starts with one. Well,
and for me, I try to look at it this way when I do feel like it's an election that is not one of our, what's the word? Like primary.
It's
like
all
a national.
It's all national
election. I mean, it all is. But
city councilmen are they are making decisions that is going to make a difference in your state.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is sometimes it's easy on an election like this year to feel like, I don't need to go. And the way I like to reframe that for myself is like, absolutely I do, because the brave people who have made the choice to represent our city and be elected officials have taken time.
They are brave.
And, are we doing that? Are we stepping into the arena? Do we have a lot to complain about? Are we doing a lot to help things? Not necessarily.
But we can vote.
We can use our voices. We can go vote and respect the people who are doing things for our city and giving them at least the respect of reading about their platforms. It takes 5 seconds. I mean, I did that with the kids. You can look it up. It had all the people running for school board. I read about every single one. Their platforms.
I'm glad you did, because I'm going to need a little.
Voted.
I'm going to need a tutorial on the school board, because you've got to check it out first.
Yep.
I would love to run for office, but do you really want to be,
have all those feathered skeletons exposed?
I'm not worried about skeletons. I'm literally not worried about skeletons. You get into a fray of just whether it's press or whether it's social media, people saying things that you literally didn't say.
Listen, you've already lived that life.
Well, I know.
So
I'm not kidding. I am so close to just doing that. No, I'm not going to do it right now.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We've just
I'm not
talked
making
Liz
that-
into running for
No,
office.
I mean, if I want to go up and, have my life threatened, if I want to have my family threatened, it's really these people are brave. And in some cases, some of them are just crazy. But anyway.
All right.
Yeah, some of them are.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to take a poll, and now it is, who else has had 2 children on crutches and going through surgery at the same time? Anyone? Anyone?
You all wait to her Christmas card, and I'm not going to tell you what
Don't
it is.
tell anything.
I'm not saying
No
a word.
teasers.
I'm not saying a word. But if you want to be Lee's friend between now and Christmas because you want to see this Christmas card, it's
I don't know. I've got a good idea. We'll see if it executes and turns
I'm
out
gonna
the way it's supposed
execute
to
it.
look. But I've mentioned on this before that my daughter Anna ripped her entire knee up and had surgery and is doing really well.
she is.
Thanks to her
like
doctor.
She's a superhuman.
Anybody needs a knee ortho specifically for these teens who are in sports, which we'll get to in a minute. Jonathan
These guys-
Rebo.
These guys are making
Love
good
him.
money.
Yep, paying for his Christmas. And then, sure enough, my son, in a little bit of a freak, not crazy accident, ripped his meniscus in half. So he's had surgery number 1, and in a few months, like 3 months, he'll have surgery number 2.
So you've got
That was fun.
You've been on nurse duty for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anybody needs a nurse, let me know. I'm
Her
crushing
prices
it.
are going up.
They're
though.
going way up. I'll do my kids for free, but anyone else, it's going to be steep. I'm very
Yeah.
patient and
Yeah.
kind. And to have 2 very independent teenagers and now who are like, Mom, you help me put my shoes on? I'm like, God. And then to have a 17-year-old son who I'm like, let's get you in the shower. It took him about 4 days too long.
That grossed me out.
to take him
I
to
just
the
still
shower.
can't get over he did that. But
He's
anyway,
showered and good now and
Yeah.
doing
for
great.
another week.
And so I always say, that's a lot. People go through all different things in their family, and sometimes it feels like a rainstorm, a snowstorm, a blizzard. But I kept saying, like, they're healthy. They just got hurt.
They are healthy
And
they're athletic. And
this is
and high school
adversity
athletics.
101 training. But
Yeah.
athletics, it's a problem. I mean,
It can be
it's
a problem.
curious. Probably it's their, not my genes, but in their genetic code that they're.
So this has nothing to
It
do
doesn't.
with you. Yeah.
No, which
I don't
I'll
think
knock
it's
on
genetic.
wood.
Listen, injuries. I don't think
I
this
know.
is genetic. This is just they
There's lots of
overdid.
reasons
They
for it.
overdid. Simple
But
as
I
that.
just looked back. I mean, Kevin's a 3-sport athlete. He hasn't specialized. So I think we run into this when kids specialize a lot in sports, but he plays a different sport in each season for school. In addition, what that makes him do is overlap. So it's like they're practicing for football before lacrosse is even over and basketball before football is even over. And I can count on 2 weeks of the year, the week after school and the week of July 4th, that he had nothing. And every other week was a sport, weightlifting, something. And I just know that's not okay.
You see how quiet I'm being?
Yeah, because I know what you have to say about it. So
Yeah.
I'm sharing my
It's insanity.
experience because you have an opinion and I have experience.
That's true. I have experience as an athlete too.
No, I know.
And I know how to take care of my body. And nobody's helping these kids. And I'm
I
not talking
know.
about you. I'm talking about their coaches. But we won't go into that. But anyway, I'm glad they're on the mend. And they're good kids. And they're healthy enough to mend fast.
Yeah, but I know it's happening to a lot of people. So if you need to
It is. This is
vent
why
about
North
it,
Carolina's doing
let
so
me
well.
know. Whee!
Yeah. So that's going on. I'm
That's
glad.
going on. The next thing that's going on is we need you to call in, write in, and let us know some great trips that we should take in January because someone at this table is turning 70. And even though it looks like I am, it's the hottie
You
to my
know.
right. And so that is cause for celebration. And we're
Yeah.
thinking about doing a little traveling. And so
That's what I want to know. Where to
I
go.
want to know. I
Yeah.
mean, anywhere, like sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Not price is the limit, but sky's the limit. And
Yeah.
we like to adventure. And I've got some ideas, but I just want to cold call. Now it's January. We don't have to be warm.
January's a great month.
Well, I know, but there's some certain things.
Yeah. Okay. So we just need the people that have been
Places in January.
in January or anybody. Just go for it. We were going to
That
go to Iceland,
feels-
but it's pretty cold.
Okay, so I really want to go to Iceland,
But
totally
not
on
when
the
it's a
bucket
full
list.
moon and you can't see the aurora.
That's right. So I did my
Yeah.
research, which I could probably on my computer, stay up literally all night long learning about places. So I learned in January that we're going to run into about 5 hours of daylight, which might suit you based on what we've talked about today.
Oh, I
already.
love the darkness,
But
especially in the winter.
Highs are going to be in the 36s.
We're not going there.
And
We're not going there.
it is.
Why don't we just go to St. Bart's?
A full moon that week, so we were not going to be able
Which
to
is
see the
why we
Northern
should go to
Lights.
St. Bart's or
Okay.
to Cayman Islands or something.
Okay. We'll see if we get some votes for this.
Yeah. Well,
Leave it to the people.
That's right. Okay. Yeah,
They're going to send us just
I'm
way
gonna leave
away
my
away.
celebration to my friends out there. Y'all let us
Some
know.
good advice.
Y'all let us know.
We like to travel, and we've had good ones and have good feedback and advice and tips
Yeah.
on the places we've been.
Yeah, people are always
But-
asking us, and we've got some good places.
Yeah.
But
But there's places we haven't
I
been
don't
that I
think
want
we
to know
need
about.
to over make this thing too special. I mean, if you try to make anything too special, it just falls
Flat.
right? It's, I love a good celebration. More is more. I'm turning 70. Yip, ya, yo, right? I'm all excited about it. But that doesn't mean it has to be the best thing that's
Well,
ever
I didn't say it
happened.
did. I would just need some ideas.
Yeah, but I'm talking almost to myself. I
Oh.
just want to go, you know what? It might be good to just chill out.
I know.
See a good movie.
Big difference.
But I would be devastated if there was not something to do. Again, see, my bar is so high.
This is why I'm asking the
my
people.
bar is so high.
And this is why mostly in the past, I just go, fuck it. This is where we're going. I'm not even going to tell you. Pack your bags. This is what you need. We're going.
I'm good with that.
Because this time I've messed up and I've asked you too much. And now I'm in a quandary.
Oh, it's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just don't screw up.
That's like how I live my life in this constant state of it's cool. Now your cortisol is going to need to spike because I have now set the bar high and
Yeah.
have these requests.
It'll be fun. It'll be January on a Saturday. I can't wait. Wherever it is, we'll be excited. But anyway, speaking of birthdays, all of us have
Oh,
a
yeah?
birthday, and we all need to
Oh.
celebrate it, no matter what we're
That's right.
turning, whatever we're turning. Because good God, we never know what's going to happen. Right?
You never know. I was talking to our friend Erin McDermott today. She was in my 7 o'clock class at the studio.
Hey,
and we
Erin,
always
she's been on the podcast,
right. Go back and listen to that episode. People, it's a hit. She's great. But anyway, we always are chatting after class.
Mhm.
We're always like, gotta go, bye, have a great day. But it's her birthday this week.
Is
so
it?
when
Should
this
we do
comes
something for
out,
Erin?
I think her birthday's the next day. But
Okay.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Erin.
Do something for her. And you could head to her website and buy something
Yeah.
for Liz for her birthday.
Right. Yeah, you could.
It's a double birthday present for Erin and her. But we were kind of discussing, she's got 3 young kids, just and let's talk about it because it feels like that time of year when everything's swirling and kids are out of school and in school and celebrating.
I don't know.
And,
Let's talk about this because
Yeah.
it's going to be Thanksgiving in 3 weeks.
'Kay.
And to me, that seems so calm. And so I was talking to my daughter. She's going to go out of town, I think. Anyway, she's going to be traveling.
Do you want to give the address?
No, I don't. Yeah, she's
You're like,
planning to travel, but she probably won't. Now, anyway, a lot of people are traveling,
Mhm.
and that is a busy, busy time. But I really like the homeboundness of that holiday.
Mhm.
It's a low expectation holiday. And so whatever we do, I just look forward to doing nothing. I mean,
Wait.
to me, it's just really low expectation.
Why?
What, Thanksgiving?
For you personally, or you just consider it a generally low expectation
I just
holiday?
think it's just a pleasant holiday. Thanksgiving is nothing. Well, okay. First of all, I don't like the concept of Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is giving thanks for, brutalizing and destroying Native Americans so that we could land here and be dominate in the world. But
so it begins.
getting beyond
the
that,
patriarchy.
no, I mean, it's just, we came, we saw, we conquered.
Right.
But that being said, the concept of giving thanks on a special day of the year, what a great concept.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're bringing it all into one thing. I would suggest that we don't try to force it. I would suggest we let it just be organic. I was thinking about this year. I have no idea what you and I are going to do. No
It's kinda
idea.
nice.
And I think when we kind of focus in on what we are going to do, I'm going to have some sort of a theme for it. I mean, so it's not just like a hodgepodge, but even if it's just me and you, it's not just going around the table. What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? Oh, bullshit. Let's come up with something really good. Not calling bullshit on anything you're thankful for, but make it a structured sort of. First of all, I think on a thing like Thanksgiving, you should decide who gets to come and who doesn't. I really do.
Well, I mean, I think that's where it starts, the pressure. That's why you don't have any expectations right now. You're
I don't know who's
at
coming.
the
Yeah.
well, look at it. I mean, you're at the matriarchy of your family. You're at the top. Unfortunately,
That
your
is
mom.
a great place to be.
I
by the
know.
way.
No wonder the patriarchy likes themselves. You're at the top where you're unfortunately mom and dad aren't here.
Not
and so
unfortunately.
there's
I'm not going to say that. I love my mom and dad, but
I know.
oh my God, I don't have to do anything there.
Therefore, you have the freedom to just float on your own. If I'm here or not, or my kids are not, you're like, I don't care.
I really
I'm
don't.
great. And so we're talking to a lot of people who identify with that. And we're also talking to a lot of people who do have the expectation, kind of that middle generation, to get your kids and get your parents and get your cousins and get on a plane and go do this and prep on
especially if you got divorced parents. I mean,
right, it's complicated.
Poor Clary, she is getting on a plane. She's like, I'm out of here.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
And so I think it's get in touch with what your nucleus and you and yourself want and need to do.
Yeah.
What makes you
and show love to the people in your family, but you don't have to get all the most, all the people that cause trouble at the table. You just really don't have to do that. I say you can just all send them love, but you don't have to invite the people that really upset the energy of your holiday.
Right.
It's just don't. And you can tell them you love them and, happy day to you and send them flowers. And
I know, but that's easier said than done.
Of course it is. Listen, living authentically is hard work.
Right.
And if you want to enjoy life, you're going to have to do the hard things. And sometimes the hard things are to say to people that are even in your family, this is a day I choose to do this. And so it's not easy, for God's sakes, but it certainly will cause their sanity, your children, whatever, you all to be more at peace. And I think this really is a day to be thankful that you are here and that you can make choices on your own. That's called freedom. And that's called being thankful. And I hope that we can all do that on Thanksgiving.
And perhaps it's not cutting somebody out, but it's more of deciding how it is that you want it to work. Saying, this is what works for me, what works for you. This is what I really find important. This is what I really find important. And coming together at points and coming away at points. It's not about
I think it's a great
power
idea.
over.
Maybe you could even do like, here's the time. Okay. Maybe you are like, okay, I'm not ready to say there's boundaries here, but I'm going to invite some of my family members that are not my favorite people.
Right.
Maybe that one or two family members drinks too much. You're going to say, hey, today we're going to have X amount of drinks or no drink. Make some rules, right? Make some rules. And so that they don't walk in expecting something that they're not getting. Or I think people should talk about politics and religion, because if they don't right now, we're in a massive problem in our Middle East, which is really reflecting here in America and all over the world. And it all stems down to religion and politics. Yeah. How can you not have that on the table?
Right.
But
if we can't discuss it
problem is
healthily at our own table.
Yeah, the problem is we're a divided country. Our families are divided on ideological stances. And so maybe we actually, you actually have some sort of group email or a group text that just says, hey, I feel comfortable with this. And that person writes back, I feel comfortable with this. And it's not like a don't do certain things, but keep it in some sort of a structure so that there can be freedom to show your caring and love, and keep the combative nature of people that come in hot.
Right.
Hot on politics, on religion, on whatever. I wish I'd done that when I was younger. When I remember having Thanksgiving and having all parents and all these people over, and my brother was always the hellion that would just stir the pot. And I could have kept him in line, and I didn't.
Yeah, well.
Anyway.
I mean, I think that's the thing. Before it happens, write in your journal, take your medication,
before it happens,
drink a glass of water.
Set the rules.
I know, but also it's going to happen. So you've got to.
No, I disagree. I think you can control it.
I agree. No, you can't with just a group email and then expect everybody to bring them their best selves and it go perfectly.
I say you sound like you don't have much power.
After.
Where's your power?
Listen. You just are in charge of yourself and the world. I'm trying to give realistic tips.
Okay.
So it sounds like our Thanksgiving is going to go joyfully.
It's going to be fabulous.
Okay. Do you want me to share or not?
Yeah, share. Yes, I do.
I was just going to say, like, no matter what you're going into, scratch Thanksgiving, scratch whatever it is that maybe feels uncomfortable or whatever. I'm saying,
What are you saying? What?
make it short and sweet, go for a walk, and then get out of there if it goes bad. I mean, right?
She's saying this is the leeway. Leeway is called avoid it. Just avoid it.
I'm not fully saying that. I see how I'm halfway saying that.
Just get them in there, give them some food, and let's all go for a walk. And so you're like, let's just get them out of the house.
Well, if shit's going down, maybe that's the best solution. Maybe it needs, you see, you like the blow up.
I don't like the blow up.
Okay.
I just like, I do like a spontaneous, lively, energetic conversation that is not, it is not unkind. There is never an excuse to be unkind to people. Never. I don't care what they say to you. Then you can deflect that by not being mean back, by not being angry back. People are angry right now.
Yeah.
And they're scared. Mostly people are scared.
Right,
The world
I agree.
is on fire and it's scary. And I think this is a time we come together and we set some ground rules and we go, hey, yeah. The subjects are on the table. You can talk about whatever you want, but here's the one thing you're going to do. You're going to be, if you are not going to be kind to the other people in this house,
there we go.
You're going to be out my door.
Perfect.
Period. End of story. And if you know that coming in and you're rude and mean to another person in my house, then I'll show you the door.
Right.
I really think that's something. If you said that to your, say you're 30 years old and you got 18 children running around. Poor thing. Say that to your older relatives that are coming in and just say, here's my house now.
There we go.
And here's how I'm going to do this. I love you and I love the differences we have and I love the similarities, and the main similarity we have is family, and we care about one another. When and anything outside of that is great, but do not be unkind.
Love it.
Okay, so we have that.
I think we worked that one out, and I think that is the greatest takeaway for anything else.
Is
everything.
Takeaway for right now. Period. I mean, in the mornings sometimes I do my gratitude thing, and lately I've just been real conscious of the unkindness of just everywhere. The way people think they can talk to one another. I don't think that's our natural state. I'm not a natural asshole. I can be one. But I choose not to, because I want to bring people together to find kindness in the world and to find love, even when you are absolutely dichotomically disagreeing on points. Is that impossible, really?
No, I don't think it is. And I think that's making sure you do practice bringing people into your circle who you don't always agree with necessarily, and practicing that kindness. I mean, I've been here in the past, a long time ago, really at this point, when you and your ex-husband invited students at Queen's University who didn't have somewhere to go for Thanksgiving. I mean,
that was fun.
Doing that takes it out of that egocentric, worrywart family dynamic baloney and puts it into like, what is the point that we're gathering people and sharing generally food and a lot of it and taking a break from everything else we're doing.
I really love that, Lee. That was so much fun.
It was really fun.
Maybe we should do that again.
Sure.
I mean, what's our favorite episode of Ted Lasso? When they all, those guys don't have anywhere to go and they all come to Higgins' house and they all sit down and they bring Mexican dishes and Austrian dishes and they all come together and have this, I think those are the differences that I thought that's a good point. Bring the differences and bring them forward in kindness.
Right.
And there's Thanksgiving.
Who's alone? Let them be with someone.
Right. I don't know what we're doing, but we might do that.
I know. No plans, but that looks like it's on the agenda.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm giving you two more Speak Pipe polls. One is, I kind of want to hear if anybody
is going to be blowing up.
I want to hear if anybody has like a Thanksgiving blooper or funny story. I would love to share those and talk about those.
Oh, and they can't be about burning turkeys and stuff like that.
No. I mean, one year my grandmother cooked it upside down and we were carving and there was no
hilarious.
Turkey, and we flipped it over later and we're like, oh, there's the meat.
That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah. But you cook a great turkey.
I do cook a great turkey.
And then I want to know.
I want one.
I don't know. Are you team
turkey? For sure.
Yeah, turkey or ham?
I'm so traditional when it comes to
sweet potatoes.
Like I wait all year
rice.
for turkey. And because nobody really goes out and buys a turkey and cooks it. It's hard. It's like a long
big.
process. I love it, turkey and
Right.
dressing and all those things. So
Do you love all the things?
all the things.
Okay.
All of them.
Sweet potatoes?
I really like Parker House rolls.
Oh, let's just have turkey and rolls and dressing. I'm good.
No, dressing and gravy and Parker House rolls.
And I'll make a big salad. Done.
Yeah, done. Oh, so we have our meal. What are y'all's?
Yeah.
And all of that would be really fun. We're going to do that. And then if we
'Kay.
invite the people from wherever, from Queens
Well, we
or something.
knew them. Like,
We didn't know them at all. I'd never met those guys in my
maybe
whole
Aubrey
life.
did.
No,
No?
none of us knew them.
Oh, cool.
They showed up at our door. There were 3 guys. They were really.
There was one. We knew one.
Nope.
Yeah,
we
I
did.
promise. We'll talk about it later.
I know for a fact.
There was one. He was like a jumper or something. There was
Oh,
one.
But that was Aubrey's invite. That's my ex-husband, Aubrey. He invited one guy that was not from Queens, but we had 3 Queens students that were from different countries, that families were overseas, and we weren't the only people to do it. There is a program at Queens University where you can call and check on this, and you can sign up and be one of those people. And we did it that year, and these guys were so gracious,
So fun.
and so much fun, and brought their own stories.
Right.
And why don't we love hearing stories?
Yes.
That's so fun and powerful and funny. We laughed, and I think it's a great idea.
I do too.
So, man, even if you're not doing it that way, maybe you bring stories to your dining room.
I know. I was going to say, just period.
Bring stories that show an act of kindness. Maybe you could even put a stipulation on it.
I like that.
Yeah,
Kindness stories for Thanksgiving.
yeah. You would be good with that.
What do you mean?
You would be. You're just kind, anyways.
That's sweet.
Yeah, you would. And I could read my Barrington Bunny story. But that's for Christmas. That's right.
I know. I was like, huh. What
Sweetest story I've ever read. And it makes me cry. I'll cry like a baby.
You're
if I
about to
read-
cry now.
Oh, I'll cry. When you think of Barrington.
Let's make her cry.
And I'm
on
not talking
the
about
podcast.
what y'all think. There's a book called The Wolf's Way. And it's a seminarian friend, a long time ago, gave it to me. And it has several stories, sort of metaphors for Christianity. And this was a bunny. See, I'm going to cry.
There she goes.
I mean, it's so good.
Maybe you should read that on the podcast.
I would try. You would
Right.
have to help me.
Okay.
I'll read.
I'll do my masterpiece
For
theater
Christmas,
voice.
we will read Barrington Bunny.
Not Velveteen Rabbit.
Oh, I love that story.
Well, I know,
too.
but they're 2 different. I think that's obvious.
Yeah. So
Whew.
that's good. Well,
Well, lots of action on your behalf, listeners.
yeah, y'all. I'm
Pick
sorry,
one of your favorite polls. I
Yeah.
really am interested. I want to hear what people have to say.
I actually do too.
And I'm excited
And I
for
wanna hear
Thanksgiving
about
and
their
our
Thanksgiving.
low expectations.
And we're going to do now here. Speaking of the holidays, we're going to do Christmas here. You'll be here.
Yeah.
My daughter will be here, grandchildren, all that sort of thing. And I'm thinking about doing something like that too.
What?
Besides all the presents and all the stuff that
Yeah.
we do, bring a story of kindness or bring a story to read.
I like
did that one Christmas a long, long time ago. I tried to read Barrington Bunny. I cried.
We'll give you another chance. Bring your love, bring your books.
Yeah.
Bring it all, baby.
But anyway, I'm just,
Tis the season.
Let's leave today's last thought with, in every moment of your day, find that place where you could show kindness, even when you're feeling an irritation. And sometimes that kindness can come off as sometimes not speaking at all.
Right.
But I almost always can find something kind to say to people that are not feeling very good about themselves or spouting mean things.
Well, you're good at that.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Love you.
Hey, and don't we love the
What?
weather? Let's get some,
God.
Anyway, yes, happy
Very
holidays. We're
unseasonal.
coming at you, baby. Coming strong.
I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.